It's the Ant-Hole, baby. Welcome, everybody. I'm your host, Antonio Gillens. This is the Ant-Hole podcast. Follow me on YouTube, follow me on Instagram, and all other platforms that I'm coming to. All right, tonight, I got a very good friend. I'm saying friend. I don't know him that well, but I'm only saying friend because when I met him, we vibed instantly. And then the second time I met him, we vibed again. And so tonight, I want to come on here. I want to introduce my brother, new friend, and man, y'all introducing the best tattoo artist in all of LA County. Give it up, Don.
Right on. Appreciate you, man.
Yeah.
Very much so. Yeah, that was a great introduction.
Thank you.
And just so you know, the sentiment is reciprocated. Yeah,
Appreciate it.
Good energy, recognize what they say, real recognize real.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that is it, man.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So one of the things I wanted to come on here, so let me just preface everything by saying, when I tell you me and this brother came together in conversation, it was almost instantly like a brotherhood, and then it was stimulating to the mind of what I want for our people. So this first half of the podcast, I want to talk about who he is and what he does. And then after that, we're going to dig deep in another part that's called, I ain't going to tell you the name of it yet, but we came up with a title for it. And when I introduce it later, I'm going to tell y'all what the title is. All right, so.
All right. Shit,
So
you got me guessing now.
Oh, you don't remember? You remember when I tell you.
Oh, okay. Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Right on.
Nah, but so what got you into tattooing? Or is this something you always did, or?
Actually, I never wanted to be a tattoo artist. People who sit in my chair, they ask me that, and I tell them the same thing all the time. I never thought I would wind up tattooing. Even when the homies, everybody was like, man, you get down. I've been an artist my whole life, So the natural progression of that, just wind up turning into tattooing because growing up, I didn't want to be a starving artist. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? I was always a visual creature. I loved to draw, sketch my whole life, but I didn't see a pathway for making a living off of artwork. All the artists I knew was struggling and shit. So, at that age, I was really just on a paper chase.
Oh, okay.
My whole life.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, that led me to the other side of life. I wound up sitting down for a little bit,
mm-hmm.
and I wasn't about to ask my daughter's mother. I had a brand new baby on the way, 3.5 months,
mm-hmm.
in her mama's belly when I sat down. And mom's, she maxed out credit cards on a lawyer that ran off on us.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
So I just couldn't see myself writing letters to the house asking, just taking away. When I was there, I was the one that was contributing.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, I wound up tattooing in prison. Like I said, I really didn't want to tattoo in prison because everybody, you got hepatitis, tuberculosis, and all this other shit. And like I said, everybody on the yard wanted me to tat, and I was like, nah, I ain't fucking with you niggas. Right. And then I had a celly you fuck with basketball sports.
Mm-hmm.
Remember Stacey Augmon?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
His father-in-law was Marcelli.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and his wife was dying.
Mm.
And he was like, man, you know I ain't gonna let nobody else tattoo, man. He ain't got no tattoos. Oh, he got a cold story too.
Yeah.
Sidebar, you know, I'll tell you about that story later, circle back around, but
Right.
he shouldn't have been in prison.
Mm.
You could do a whole book, movie series on all the niggas and shit that's locked up for the most ridiculous shit. Should never be in prison for. But anyway, he was one of those
Nah, I get
brothers.
that. We're gonna talk about that too.
Yeah. But anyway, I did a tattoo on him. His lovely wife looked like I carved his ass out with a buck knife.
Wow.
I bullshit
You
you.
really?
I probably had like this much needle sticking out, and I was like, "Wait, gotta go through both layers." And yeah, he went out and showed his wife. Lovely. It was like scarification. Like I branded him with that shit.
Wow.
And then like about 3 months later, tried it again, carved his ass out again. And then I went and I got a tattoo.
Mm-mm.
And then I figured it out from there. You know,
Okay.
and I paid attention.
Yeah.
Yeah. Long story. You might have to cut that up.
No, that's good. That's good. So how do you feel about like? Did you do like a history on tattoos and stuff? Cause you know, like I see you into like the pharaohs in Egypt and stuff like that. So, you know, tattooing go way back then. So
Tattooing. You know, they found a mummy, not a like it was like frozen in ice, like 7,000 years old, and it had a pictorial bull. It's the oldest one. Skin was like leather, but it was preserved because it was frozen. It had,
that's crazy.
It was a woman with a bull tatted on her shoulder.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, this shit goes back. That's why the trends, you know, everybody getting face tats and hand tats.
Yeah.
There's nothing new under the sun.
That's why I wanted to talk to you about. Do you think people are doing it for as a trend, or do you think people are doing a lot of memorable things that mean something to them?
Both.
A little bit of both.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
But you know, the when it comes to the face and the hands tats, the necks and all of that, that's, you know, it's a popping trend that you know, influences music, rap artists, Lil Wayne, all of these popular artists. They started getting tattoos on their hands and face because they have nobody to answer to.
Right.
This is feeding them more money, whereas the youngsters that want to emulate that and look like that, you know, I talk them out of it all the time because you're not ready. You know, you trapping yourself in somebody's warehouse, somebody's kitchen. You know what I mean? Like, you still are getting that and in a position to go and ask somebody for a job.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And they can say, no, you don't fit the image of my brand and what I'm selling here. And now you on to the next. And, you know, especially in our community, we already so limited. You dig? Like, our options are limited. So, you know, why you want to shrink your options even more?
Right.
So, but, you know, at the end of the day, it's becoming more acceptable, you know, to each their own. But you might just have to go on down the street. Because I talk a motherfucker out of it real quick.
Yeah, that's good though.
Yeah.
I think it's good to be a voice of reason for people that don't know like what they shouldn't do. Cause like on the barbering side, like sometimes I get women to come in and they think they know how they want their son haircut, and I have to take control and be like, this is how it's gonna be. You know, and sometimes you just have to take the lead on things.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. Right on. You gotta know who you're dealing with. Hey, let's take a shot.
take a shot. What is this?
This is tequila.
Okay, I think
Daily
mine
on.
apple juice.
I think it's still a black-owned brand. You know, with everything going on, I'm not quite sure, but, you know.
Yeah, cheers.
Hey,
What we cheersing to? What's that quote? I always get it kind of mixed up. It's made of best of our past be the worst of our futures.
The best of our past be the worst of our future.
Yeah,
I
so
like
that means
I'll drink to that.
yeah.
Yeah, any day of the week.
Welcome to the Anthole Podcast. I am your host, Antonio Gillens, and tonight I have a special guest where we're gonna dig deep in his profession. We're gonna dig deep in my profession. We're gonna dig deep on the future of something I want to speak about. But I'm not going to talk about it right now because when I met this brother, it was Halloween. No, it was Friday the 13th, and he gave a deal for tattoos here in LA. It's called Urban Ink Gallery, off of 5th and Manchester in the lovely single of Inglewood. It's Inglewood, right?
Inglewood.
Okay, Inglewood.
Yeah.
So
Slam calling it Inglewood.
Inglewood for sure. So he came. I came over here, man, and the first time I met him, he was a cool guy. And you know, like when you first meeting a dude, you know what I'm saying, you just kind of feeling each other out, you know what I'm saying, and I seen he was a really cool dude. And then his place of business where we're at right now, what's your address?
2631 West Manchester Boulevard.
2631
West Manchester
West
Boulevard.
Manchester Boulevard in the lovely city of Champions, Inglewood, California. And so look, I came over here and I was trying to figure out what I wanted. And, you know, because of what I've been going through, I feel like the thing that spoke to me was the word transcend. And you can look at his work right here. He's great. This is a hell of an introduction, but listen. But he's a great tattoo artist. It says transcend. And transcend means go beyond. Whether you're going beyond your normal parameters, whether you're going beyond the relationship that you're in, whether you go beyond. All right, that's enough. But anyway, transcend. And I needed to get a little touch up. The second time I came in, we had great conversation again. And man, we talked about a lot of things. And tonight I want to introduce and let him tell you about himself. None other than Mr. Don, the tattoo artist. I know his real name, but I don't want to call it out on the thing. Welcome.
Don Louis.
Yeah, Don Louis.
Shirt if you forget Don, well, it's his signature.
Oh, yeah. Oh, you got your own clothing line?
Well, I like to wear my own shit.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, excuse me, I like to design my own clothes, you know, as often as I can. I'm really up for a redo. I think I did these like 3-4 years ago.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
So I see that you wear many hats like myself. You're an artist. You're a tattoo artist. And you made kids. So, hey, that's the
I made
biggest
kids?
Huh?
Yeah, I sure did.
Yeah.
Made a couple of them.
Cheers to them kids.
Yeah, Lord.
Next generation.
Yeah. Yeah.
So tell me a little bit about
the future.
the things that got you here today.
I've been a hustler my whole life.
Mm-hmm.
You know, a lot of people just know me from this era of my life, tattooing, and it fascinates me sometimes, you know. But, you know, you only know of me or what you know of me.
Mm-hmm.
But this is the latest chapter of my life. But I've been a serial entrepreneur my whole life. I mean, all the way back to 5-6 years old when we was first drawing, and yeah, I got an older brother that's my partner in crime.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and we did everything together. He's 2 years older than me, so.
Oh, y'all was kind of in the same age bracket.
Yeah, I kind of was keeping up with him and everything he had going on. But so as soon as we could write, we couldn't even spell words. We was putting shit backwards, drawing pictures and go door to door selling them and shit, selling coloring books.
Oh wow.
And you know, he probably just felt sorry. He was like, look at these two little niggas, because we grew up in an all white community in Kansas City. And I just say, hey, it's $2 a book, man. We come home with a pocket full of money.
Hey, they believed in y'all.
Yeah. That was my first hustle, though.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I wish I could say my first hustle was the same. I was hustling backwards all my life. First hustle I had was a barber. I am a professional barber right now. And yeah, I had to convince my cousin to let me cut his hair. And I never got paid. Yeah, I was hustling backwards.
Hey, but you was getting paid in skill, though, right?
Yeah. Yeah, my very first real cut.
Call it an apprenticeship.
Yeah, I appreciate that. But my very first cut got memorialized in the yearbook. I messed my cousin Jerry up bad. Oh, but
hey, that's a living testament to starting from the bottom, right?
For real though.
Yeah.
But so let's talk about. Let's just go ahead and dive deep into the main reason.
Did I answer your question in full for you?
No.
I mean, I know I started out.
You did.
Because you gotta reel me back in sometime. I tell you now, because I take you all the way around the corner and up the street.
Yeah.
Before I get to the point.
It's all good. I'm the same way.
But nah, what got me here ultimately, I've been a hustler my whole life, literally, and different hustles, slowly but surely progress towards. I've been an artist my whole life. That's a key point. But I never thought I would be a tattoo artist. Never had the desire, like being up on people, touching them, dealing with their gnats is atrocious.
No, it's all
like,
good. I'm from the country, brother. Gnats do not bother me.
Gnat, if it gets
I'm like the
left open,
Africans in the old school where they just land on you. Is it on me? Is it on me?
Yeah, it's chilling. It's hungry elites.
But finish what you were saying. Though.
Nah, yeah. So wind up tattooing in prison. It's a long story. I really didn't care to tattoo, like I said. Being up on people, but I had a cellie, and he was a real good dude, man. And his wife was dying, and he was like, man, he had no tattoos. He shouldn't have been in prison, So I was like, all right, I'm gonna figure it out. So I went and made the tattoo machine.
You made a machine?
Yeah, busted down out the disc man, get the motor out of it, and it's really. I actually got one over there, but yeah, I'm gonna put it together and offer that.
Well,
that's gonna be one of the services here at Urban Ink. You want a penitentiary tattoo? I got you.
Hey, without the penitentiary,
right?
You get the experience.
Single needle. I'm gonna file down the guitar string for you and all that. Yeah, but nah. And I carved his ass out, boy. Yeah. Went out there on a visit. Showed his wife. She loved it. And about 3 months later, carved him out again. Yeah. It wasn't until I got this tattoo right here. And
in jail?
I paid attention. Yeah.
Oh, that's good.
I paid attention.
That's actually the best jailhouse tat I've ever seen.
Oh no, you got to get out more.
No, I mean I've been out and I plan on staying out.
Some of the tattoos. You sat down for a little bit too?
No, I did 11 days.
Oh, okay.
That was enough.
Longest 11 days of your life.
Yes, Lord. Man. Yeah, that was.
The showtime be the hardest, they say. I always did stretches, so I did one stretch.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but anyway, so yeah, that's what got me here. I did after I touched down, got all my tattoo shit, and started doing tattoos out the house. In this industry, we call that a scratcher. Shout out to all the scratchers. You got to start somewhere, and I did very well as a house call artist. Oh yeah. Yeah, and I went and I got a job. That's why I can say, and I'm careful who I say this to, even though I know I'm saying it to the world right now. But a job can be a dream killer. It can.
Nah, they say that companies pay you a salary to forget about your dreams.
Yeah, I have heard that.
That's real.
That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
They really do.
Because if I could pay you to work for me, if I work you 8 hours a day, you gonna forget about it. I just was talking to my girl
you gotta be really determined not to, man.
What?
Not to forget about it. Because you get comfortable in that safety net. You know, I can be as lazy as I want, go to work, hide behind pallets, and take 2-hour shit breaks. You know what I'm saying? And I'm still going to get paid X amount of dollars. When you're relying on yourself, you get out of it what you put in it. You know what I mean?
And more importantly, if you got to be disciplined if you're going to do anything. If you're working for a company, Because you got to look at it like this. They say you got 24 hours in a day. 8 of it we're supposed to spend sleeping. 8 of it we're supposed to be working on somebody else's job, quote unquote. So that's 16 hours out of 24 right there, which when you get home, if you got kids, you know, it's like...
It sounds so depressing.
No, but when you really look at
Put it that way.
the scope of time that we really have to be creative, you got to be intentional. You got to be intentional. So...
I absolutely agree. I say what was just... When you are forced to live, make your living off of something that you hate, that's a miserable existence, man. And that's really how I felt going to work. And like, even on my bad days, they're better than like the toast you did in the beginning, man. Even on my bad days, they're better than my best days.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
when I was going to work, clocking in, because I hated it. It was not something I wanted to do. I was literally, you know, now, and I know this shit sounds crazy, I really feel like I get paid to breathe.
That's good.
Everything I do, you know, to make money, I enjoy doing. I love cars.
Yeah.
I hop in and out of different cars. I sell them. I love people. I talk to people every day.
Yeah.
You know, I meet new people every day. I always said I was a student. I study people. I have a bird's eye view of the car. I feel like and it's, you know, it's crazy, you're a barber, but I always say this. I feel like the tattoo shop is a barber shop on steroids.
I believe that.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You get them for about 30 minutes, an hour tops usually, right? They sit in here for hours at a time, and man, I talk to people from the youngsters and to you know, my age bracket, to the elders, and I sit and I listen, and man, I really feel like I got my heartbeat on the thumb of the culture right here.
Yeah.
And I just try to do my part.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think you do, man. And like you say, I believe that tattoo artists are barbershops on steroids. Cause like not I think that it's the same in the aspect of, like, we get to touch people's lives. We can talk to the young folk. When parents come in, you get to teach them what you've known, what you've learned about different things. And I feel like in many ways, the barbershop can be like a place of like truth, like more than some churches, I believe. You know what I mean? So how do you feel about like spirituality and religion as it pertains to tattooing?
Spirituality and religion.
Yeah.
Well, when it comes to the profession of tattooing, that sounds like a fun concept. You hit me up and say, you know what, I want something spiritual, I want something, you know, cultural, and now you've opened up a dialogue for me to be able to tap into who you are, so that I can produce something that is specific to, you know, the image you're trying to portray. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And that's what, in my opinion, makes for a great tattoo in the long run. But then you have different type of people. Some people just want a souvenir tattoo, you know, something to commemorate that they came to LA. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And that's fine too.
Talk about the process between somebody giving you an idea and you're coming up with something for them.
Well, this is a trifecta of a great tattoo. You got a great concept. You're giving the artist creative reign. Mm-hmm. You have the money to pay for it, and you have the pain tolerance to actually sit through it.
Okay.
That's the best tattoo. And obviously, the more creative liberty you give the artist, if you're dealing with a real artist. You know, you have tattooists, those that, you know, they'll Google you up an image.
Oh yeah.
You go to Procreate, put it together, and there's nothing wrong with that either. Many people, many artists now, because of the way technology is evolving faster than these, you know, so rapidly. I'll just leave it at that. New artists are being their artistry is being developed through tattooing instead of the other way around.
Oh, okay.
Like I started out literally, let my pops tell it, I was drawing stick figures before I could write the alphabet.
Oh, that's
You know
great.
what I mean? Like I've been drawing my whole life, and then like tattooing came out of a necessity. You know what I mean? Me not wanting to ask my folks for bread, and you know, and it just took off. You know, from there.
What was the process like when? What was the process like when you like decided to? I want to be a businessman in tattoo.
Well,
Doing tattoos.
I've always been a businessman. Like I've always made my money, even though I've had a job since I was 13 years old, like literally. But I always had my own hustles. Now you call it hustles, but really is, you know, you were a businessman.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's true.
Even when I was doing all kind of illegal shit, it was still, you know,
Business.
my business.
Yeah, it was business.
And
That's why the old folks be like, mind your business. You know.
get you some business.
Right.
Get you some business to mind so you can mind your business. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
for real. And that's what's the problem with a lot of these folks out here. They ain't got no business. That's so they minding your business. Get you some business.
Let me tell you a thought
Get
I
you some
had the
business.
other day.
Yeah.
Get you some business. A thought I had the other day. I know this on a simple tip, but it was deep for me. Like, I don't know if you remember, but some years ago, they took away Toys R Us and the toy stores. And I don't know why this thought came to me the other day, but I was thinking like, man, they took away the toy stores because when a kid have toys, they have imagination. And the way that this world is formed is off of imagination. And so I was thinking like they took the imagination of the kids away to give them imagination so they can steer them in the way of the metaverse and AI and stuff like that, in my opinion. And so what do you think about like technology and the direction that humanity is going in?
Well, first, I think, did they take away the toy stores or did they go out of business because of the metaverse? You know what I mean?
Wow, that's a good way of looking at it.
Yeah, because if I owned stock in Toys R Us and the shit was constantly going down, then are you saying that I took away Toys R Us because I'm selling my stock? You know what I mean?
That's
like,
true, huh?
If they not buying the shit, they the store. Yeah, so but where I feel like technology is headed is the evolution of mankind. You feel me? It depends on how deep down the rabbit hole you want to go, but
Well, let's take it one step at a time, right?
Yeah.
Our profession, like,
I feel like I'm safe, but
that's what I'm saying.
I don't plan on
feel like
tattooing
as a barber,
forever.
I'm safe too.
Yeah,
But
it's only gonna take a special
when you-
motherfucker to sit down and let a computer give him a tattoo.
you know, or
If you
haircut.
if you that type of person, no, you don't want to sit in my chair, no way, man.
Right.
Yeah, go
Yeah.
let a computer do your tattoo. No conversation. You just sit. And you probably you good right now.
Nah, you can actually. Yeah, that's good. Let me get that.
You sure?
Yeah, let me get that.
We chilling. We after hours. We had a good Monday. I did. Today was a good day.
Today was in a good day.
I had a
for me,
headache
too.
a little bit earlier, but yeah, that went away.
That's good.
That went away.
I've never really had headaches, man. If I've had a headache, it's because like something I ain't had enough water or something like that. I don't know. I've never really had a headache, but though I've seen people with like migraines and stuff. I'm like,
Yeah, I don't get them often.
Yeah.
I don't get them often. Yeah.
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 Well, I'm
but,
really glad to have Don on today, man, because we were supposed to record this episode maybe about a month ago. A little over a month? Yeah, a little over a month ago.
I
He
in
was
the hospital, yeah.
You know what? He's actually the first guest that I ever had booked for the Ant Hole. Come on, baby, give me
Imagine
some.
that.
The first guest I ever had booked, and you know, so
You can
let me
stay
tell
down
you,
and come back around.
for real though. So I called him on a Monday. I called him on a Monday to do the podcast. We already had the date set, and I like to try to be professional. So we had the date set, we had everything set. I had my questions and everything like that. But I was like, man, bump no question. We just gonna have a real conversation. And so so I called him, I texted him. He said, man, I'm glad you hit me up because I'm in the hospital. I'm like, this nigga ain't in the hospital. Man, he sent me a picture in the hospital. I said, oh my God.
Yeah, it was.
And I was like, man, I gotta pray for my brother. So I just lifted him up in prayer, called my mama. You know, shout out to praying mothers, man. You know, I wouldn't be here
we all need them.
unless it was
We wouldn't be here.
for sure. I don't know if it was the prayer or them, them shoes and belts.
Probably a little bit of both.
A little bit of both.
Yeah.
Yeah, 'cause she got me good. Yeah, but anyway, yeah. So give it up for Don. Give it up for Urban Ink Gallery, tattoo artist here in Inglewood, California. Yeah, we here, man. So one of the conversations that we had, we was talking about like a lot of things that go on in our community. We was talking about how the young kids, and we was talking about how they don't really respect us as adults like we did our parents and stuff like that. So we just had a real deep dive in all things dealing with our people. So tonight, we're gonna dig deep and we're gonna talk about the state of our union. A lot of times during these upcoming election years, we don't see folks in our community until they need our vote. And so I kind of feel a way about that because, why come to us when you need us when we should be needing each other all the time? So anyway,
Be yourself and accept your own.
yeah, cut me off anytime, brother, because I can, I go down the rabbit hole. I'm gone.
Oh yeah, I don't want to, cut your wisdom,
Yeah,
as they say.
yeah.
Yeah.
So, how do you feel about the state of our union and what can be done? That's a two-part question.
Okay. The state of the black union,
Mm-hmm.
because I feel like that everything starts there. History has proven. All you have to do is just look at things globally. Let alone just look at right before your eyes. No matter what we've done in the past, no matter what we do now, we are not accepted as full citizens of this nation. And in my opinion, we never will be until we have our own nation. You know what I mean? Until the nation is ours. From that foundation of understanding, you have to look at our community. And so it's the state of the black community that we're talking about, in my opinion, right?
Yeah.
And whenever you talk about a subject, you got to boil it down to the finest compound to get to the root of it, or else you're just dealing with the branches of the tree, and the root is the family structure. That's the bottom line.
Yeah.
You are dealing with a war-torn community that has been under target, that's been under attack and targeted, since we got here, since they got here, because many of us were already here, which is a whole different conversation. But so that has left the family in shambles. The black man was robbed of his responsibility of fatherhood and manhood for 4 centuries.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's 400 years.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be so many I think it's like 4 generations, or is it 6? Anyway, don't get me lying. We're my fact checkers, but so many generations every 100 years. So you have all of these generations that that was robbed. That's what doesn't get talked about. You were robbed of your fatherhood. When I take you around every Wednesday and Friday with a bottle of scotch or corn whiskey and say, "Here, you got another one in you," and I put you in front of another mule. You know what I mean? Because that's how you look at it. It was cattle, you know. And you know, you done fuck 15 women a day. You know, you shooting blanks now. You know, and you still trying to get. And you have no connection to what came out of you. And even if you did, they had something called a nigger wedding. But even if you did try to act like a father to this child, you know, Master beat you to a pulp in front of him just to let the kid know, I'm your daddy. He's just, you know what I mean? Like,
keep talking.
Yeah. And say, okay, go be a man.
Right.
Well, man, what's a man do? You know, I can try to emulate you. You know what I'm saying? But you not even a man. You a fucking devil. You know what I mean? They had your foot on my neck for 400 years. You know what I'm saying? Now I'm supposed to emulate you and be a man to my community?
Right.
And so that's literally, you know, what happened. And who am I going to learn to be a man from, or be a father from? You know what I mean? Because my father wasn't a real father. And, you know, a good example of that, my father tells a story of when he was in Marshall, Texas, young, and it's still segregated South during these times. And his grandfather, they walking down the street, and some little white boys younger than my dad, you know, my pops was like 6 or 7 at the time, bumped into him and was like, "Where are you going, nigga?" Some shit. And so pops was ready to get off on him, and his grandfather told him, no, pulled him back and like, "All right, boss, what you do?" You know, that just shows you right then and there. You are raising another. That's not making a man. That's not making a man.
For
you
sure.
know what I mean?
Especially, it's almost like that Maya Angelou poem when she says, "Should I cower down so you can feel great?" In other words, you know. And I think that it's over time that our people stop shucking and jiving for other folk. Like, if we're gonna do something, do it to the best of your ability, regardless. That's why I don't know if you've seen the women's NCAA championship. Dawn Staley, she was like, she was giving praise to God, and they told her to apologize for it, and she was like, "No, I'm not apologizing." So I think it's time for us to stand up. If we believe in God, say you believe in God and stick to what you believe in. Like, you know,
stand on business.
Stand on business. Stand on business. Man.
But to finish that story, so it's not an incomplete thought. That I just use that as an example to show that what you were dealing with the lack of men and fathers to instill that. To instill the culture, all of the ethics and principles and the disciplines and the sacrifices, all of it. That's why it's so easy for a black man to leave, you know, and abandon over the years, you know, throughout the generations, because that's happened. It's happened. They made the times made women, our sisters, tougher than they had to be.
That's true.
And that's what you hear about the stigma of sisters right now. That that, you know, black women are hardest to deal with.
I'm a strong black woman.
But you know, the whole world, they hard to deal with. They this and that, because they are the only women on the. Just wrap your brain around this. You know, speaking to the
I
subject
know
of
what
the
you about
black,
to say. Go ahead.
they are the only women on the planet that have gone through the lack of men consistently being hung from trees, sent off to wars to die disproportionately, sent off to prison disproportionately, constant target all of these motherfucking years, and had to raise, literally they raised their daughters to be strong enough to raise both the boys, you know, the children, to be the both father and the mother, and they raised the son to be physically strong, so he'll be of an asset to this motherfucker,
Right.
but mentally weak, because if you raise your son to be a man, then you killing him yourself, because it's an all-out war on the men. They are not making good men, good neighbors. They're making niggers. They had control of this control group for 400 years, and they did not make good friends. They didn't make men. They made niggers. And the proof of that is in what you see running around here right now.
Wow.
The state, you want to know the state of our niggas hate niggas. And more than the people that made them. You know what I'm saying? And I say this,
No.
I use the term on purpose so that you can wrap your brain around the fact that what the fuck if you still do what they made you to do, then you still are what they made you to be. They could, if I had something and I engineered this for 400 years, I can name it what I want. I chose to name it a nigger. And if you are doing everything I made you to do, I don't care whether you say you took back control of the term or whatever.
You're still doing what I tell you, what I set out for you to do.
Exactly. You are what I made you to
That
be.
almost
And
goes-
you took the ER off and put an A on it, but you still pass up 10 black-owned businesses to spend your money with a motherfucker that uses the money to lobby the politicians that are against your rise.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So that's literally what a nigga, you just going to technological all the way around the block, but it's still sharecropping because you giving me the money and power.
Yeah.
And you are not
And
investing in yourself.
you keeping it in in their community.
You still go and buy clothes from these people that disrespect you on the regular and use their money against you.
Yeah.
You'll pass up 10 black-owned restaurants and go sit and take a picture in front of these motherfuckers' restaurants that are using their money against you. And then you wonder why, your community is not rising.
Yeah.
Niggas hate niggas. The black businesses complain the most about black customers complain the most about black businesses.
Yeah.
Black teachers complain the most about the black students and their parents.
Yeah.
Black parents complain the most about the black teachers. That might not be true. You know what? That last part might not be true.
Well,
I really
black
feel like
parents
most in our
about black
community, black parents complain the most about the other nationality of teachers. I definitely feel that's true.
Yeah.
But black teachers complain the most about the black kids, though.
Oh,
I got 3 teacher
for
friends,
sure.
and I hear it all the time.
Because non-black teachers subconsciously want their people to be better anyway. So
Yeah.
I don't care what color you are, you still want your people to be better. Like I want all black people to be better. Period. Because I'm brown. I'm a man of color. I want all people of color to be good. So like, and my thing is I want all people to be good. Because the way that I look at peace, when I look at peace, I see peace for myself and everybody around me. When I was married, my wife, she wanted peace for herself, and that's all she cared about. So that analogy would later make more sense to me as it pertains to like if 10 guys are in this room and only one guy got peace, guess where all 9 of them guys are going to get peace?
To the one.
To that one.
Mm-hmm.
But if all 10 people got peace, guess what? We ain't got to worry about robbing each other. You ain't got to worry about doing nothing like oh, I'm about to take from you because guess what? I got all I need. I got peace. And so that's how I guess government have divided us because people don't know where to go to get true peace, you know. And so like people go to religion, spirituality, people go to drugs, sex, whatever people do to find their peace. I think that everybody needs to find their way. And if somebody is finding their way in a way that is unconventional to you, I think that you shouldn't judge them.
Some people need a little guidance though.
Absolutely.
In finding their way.
That's true.
Some people are so lost, and they know it. And they sleeping comfortably, and you just flash the lights on.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Oh, starter for sure.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You and that.
Yeah,
you know, and
sure.
a lot of these people are comfortably. They comfortably sleep. They zombies, man. They numb and they love it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So you go to try and wake them up.
And that's what I'm
know
saying.
What I mean?
How do you
You gotta be tactful about it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If you are truly not seeking vainglory and look at what I know and but you are genuinely, because you got to wake up it's too many of us sleep to just say fuck it, they old rusty locks, throw them away, you know what I'm saying? No, because then we don't have no army, we ain't got nobody to fight with, you know what I'm saying? So you got to wake up your army, so that you'll have one to go to war with. And you got to, and even that, you got to be tactful about it, because you want to choose amongst the team, because teams win. First you got to develop a team and then recognize each other's talents. Yeah. Because somebody may have the game plan, may have the whole script, the whole constitution, but he, like in the Bible, you got Moses and Aaron. You know what I'm saying? You got to find your Aaron that's going to deliver it to the people.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? Yep. Just speak for me. And because people are respecters of popularity and all the wrong shit. You know what I mean? Because I could tell a motherfucker something, and then he go in one ear and out the other. They ain't trying to hear it.
Yeah.
And you tell them the exact same thing.
Yep.
And they gonna soak it up.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
I find a lot of my kids did that.
Yeah.
Come back and be like, Daddy, guess what Uncle said? I said that same shit last week.
Yeah. Right. And I've been saying it. Yeah.
But yeah,
So yeah, but that's very important. That's key. Delivering and waking them up, delivering the message to them the proper way. You got to be tactful about it, and then you got to recognize when, you just bent on being a zombie in this own, because then they'll become an energy vampire.
And that's where the question derived from.
And they'll pull you down.
Yeah. So how do you balance between like having a heart to wake people up? Because that's how I am. Like a lot of my clients and stuff, man, I be like, dang, bro, like. And how I instantly know is because sometimes we be not arguing, but we be saying the same thing, and I'll be like, bro, I'm saying the same thing, but because we have a clash of ideas, it let me know like we're not on the same page,
Yeah, a lot of times they're not even in the same book. You know what I mean? Yeah, they in the Blacktails book. You in the Forbes.
Yeah, right.
They in the Blacktails, you in the Black Enterprise. You know what I mean? They in two different books. Yeah. And they don't have a desire to put that book down. Yeah. That's my whole point. But you got to go to where the people are, and be sexy about it, because you got these other influences, these other people, and they're winning by proxy, because you know how many real motherfuckers that I talk to and I get game from, the elders, and I sit at they footstool, and they don't do social media. Yeah. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But all of these idiots do. Yeah. So these idiots, they post that shit, they good at it, they know how to put the reels together, and it's real catchy and entertaining, and then boom, all of the people that you're trying to reach, your audience, they tuned in to the bullshit because they made it look so good. Right. You see what I'm saying? And here it is, those that had the game to give them that they need to receive, we not so savvy on the social media, and those that I talk to, and it's, we got to be. That's what it goes back to. You have to employ all of the resources, and it's a matter of bringing the community together so that you can deliver to them a message and on their platforms that is entertaining, that will keep their attention if you're really trying to wake them up.
Oh yeah.
Because it's too many of us sleep just to ignore them and say fuck it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. That's what I was saying earlier today. I was telling you about the two couple that I saw last Monday. I was telling them about how, like, when you waking people up, sometimes people don't want to wake up. So, like, what do you do? Like, do you keep on?
Well,
how much
gotta know
energy do you put?
Like the song goes, you gotta know when to hold them, know when to fold them.
Come on, Kenny Rogers.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, well, you know.
I didn't know it was Kenny Rogers. I just knew the song.
Yeah, that was Kenny Rogers, 1900 and I don't know the year. Probably 92, 89. 92? I don't know.
Know when to hold them. Yeah, but
know when to run away and know when to hide.
Yeah, man. I give a motherfucker so much, and I'm sure I would be much further in life if I didn't, take the time and stop and help, everybody along the way. But I feel like that's my purpose. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? If your for-profit ventures aren't really to fund your non-profit ventures, have you really found your purpose in life?
Are you what? Your for-profit ventures.
All of your for-profit endeavors and money schemes, everything, your streams of income, if they're not to fund your non-profit ventures, your purpose, you know what I mean? Then have you found a purpose? You see what I'm saying?
Wow.
Like, what is it that you want to do?
No, I get that.
Like,
yeah. If
all
of my going to the barbershop isn't allowing me to have the life I want to have from seeing different countries, then what it's in vain, kind of, huh? Because my dream is to have enough money and to do what I love, so I can go to different countries, like, kind of like cutting hair is what I do, but I'm starting this podcast. But I want this podcast to go all over the world, and maybe I can cut hair when I go around the world too.
Right on. Well, yeah, that's if that's what you feel like it, then absolutely. That's my whole point. Like, what I personally, for myself, I feel like I'm an educator in so many words. I feel like I've always been an educator. I might have at one point been feeding miseducation, but it was always with the purest of intent. You know what I mean? Like, so everything that I do to make money is to fund what I want projected into the world for us, which is selfless, completely. Like, if money didn't exist, I would still do this. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure.
That is your purpose, and many people haven't found it.
Yeah,
I've been
that's true.
Blessed, and I don't take no credit. I mean, it's no credit to be taken. I know that I've been blessed, and I just want to be a good conductor of that blessing.
I hear that.
You know what I'm saying? So that others, because God didn't give this to you for you to be selfish for you.
Right.
He gave it to you for the world.
Service somebody else.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Like, I gave this to you for you to give the world. The gift I give you, you give your gift to the world. And so that's just what and like I said earlier, tattooing is just this era of my life. And like, it's amazing to me that I've been, blessed to be able to make money off of something. Like I said, I feel like I get paid to breathe, man. Like, everything I do that makes me money, I enjoy doing.
To breathe.
That's when you know you found your lane, bro.
Give me some on that, baby. God,
You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, you know, I
talk
like
about purpose.
Huh?
Talk about purpose. Like, bro, when you find your purpose, it ain't work. It's like breathing. Bro, I'm glad.
Money
Like,
just comes to you. That's why I say. For those that say so much about money, they be the ones most pressed about it.
right.
Money just comes to you when you doing what you supposed to. I'm telling you, the universe will give you everything you need. Everything you need. And most of what you want.
Yeah.
It just comes to you, man.
Yeah.
And if I want to do this, I just set my mind to it, and I say that. But you have other factors that you got to factor into the equation as well. You know what I mean? Like what goes up must come down.
Okay.
They call that karma, but you know it's really just
Call
a
it
law
manifestation
of the universe.
at the end of the day.
All of that is the same. It's literally the universe. It's all geometry, and it's
Numbers.
anyway. How deep down the rabbit hole you want to go?
Let's go.
Yeah, but they want to call it karma. That's the name of it, but But it's really just what you put out there. Literally comes back. And at one point in time, I wasn't the best human being on the planet. You know what I mean? And some of that can slow down your progress.
Oh yeah.
You know.
Did you find any of like when you wasn't your best? Karma coming back to you?
Absolutely, it's undeniable.
Yeah,
It's like gravity.
Is that
Like,
something you want to talk
it's
about?
A law of the
Willing to talk about?
as far as what?
Like,
You can, when you find your lane in life, then getting paid will be a byproduct of that.
oh yeah,
You dig what I'm saying?
yeah.
Like when you truly have found your lane in life. I know that I like to do different shit. I get bored with shit quick, and I'm on to the next. And,
Right.
And it's fun for me, even if you know to the outside looking in, you might look at it as a failure, but I look at it like I enjoyed the journey. You know what I mean? I saw
how
that
it's
wasn't
supposed
for me. Now you know what else am I about to get into?
Yeah.
Like, and it's fun for me, and. Yeah, that's what I mean. And I've never starved. I've never not had no food. I've never not had a car or two. Or I've never not had a place to stay. I've never not had shoes on my feet or clothes on my back. So, am I really losing? You know what I mean? I'm enjoying this journey called life because you can't take none of this shit but your memories with you.
That's it.
And some of them you're
And
gonna
that's
lose
all.
along the way.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm having fun along the way, man. You know,
Yeah.
I may be in a Benz today, I might be in a bucket tomorrow, but I'm gonna get there.
So, talking about the state of our union, how do you feel that we as black people of color, I don't like to say black people for some reason, but how do you feel people of color can, what's needed for us to change the state of our union?
What's wrong with saying black people?
Because we're not black. You know, that was another thing.
I know I'm brown.
I know, but I think that's another thing that the colonizers made us think. You know, because if we think black and then there's a distinguish between who is black and who's not a non-black. If you look at it, I think that's why they changed the name colored people. Because when you say colored people, you're talking about the mass majority of the world. And so if you say black people and white people and Asian people, then that breaks it down to categories. And those categories are easily dividable if you're not a part of it. When you say people of color, it's hard to say, okay, who you talking about? Because all of us got color, you know. And so that's why I don't like to say black people, because that's something that they gave us to have only a few options and make other people
feel more
feel
comfortable saying more.
Yeah, because look at our skin. You lighter than me, but
I don't know about that.
no, I'm just saying not so much. But I'm just saying,
Okay.
if you had to,
I'm glad we agree.
but I'm saying like if there was a difference between us, they made us feel that difference. Versus if you say people of color, we be like, nah, we together. Now what y'all saying?
Mm-hmm.
Because
Yeah,
we will see the difference.
yeah. I get where you're going with that.
And so back to the question, where do you think we are as a state of our union, and where do you think we should go? Like, if there's changes or whatever.
Unity, I'm pretty sure you cut this up and you be able to go back to that. But understanding. So I really it's so shameful. I wrote a book. It's called "What's the Matter with Us," and I need to stop talking about the book because I've been out 10 years now. And
he's an author too.
Hold on. I'm not an author until I'm published.
You think so?
But I wrote this book in 2007. We're in 2024. It's almost 20 years.
For sure.
And it's just shameful.
17.
But it just does not sound the way I want it to sound.
What's shameful though?
Because it's not published. And I said that I wanted this book published a long time ago. It's shameful that I'm still talking about something that's not published yet. That's what I'm talking about.
Okay.
But in this book, What's the Matter with Us, I explain the problem, where we are, the state of the union, even though, like I said, I wrote this damn near 20 years ago. And here it is 20 years later. And if anything, we're in worse shape. Wow. You know what I mean? Because it's the same, but now time has progressed. And we drawing near, you know what I mean? It's really coming close. I know they've been saying this since your grandmama was a baby. Oh yeah, we in the end times. Mm-hmm. But like for real, whatever you believe in, whatever prophecies you've read, you see it unfolding right before your eyes.
Yeah, for sure.
And we are in such disrepair right now at the most inopportune time. That is vital that we take this shit serious and wake our folks up. And you find, because it's too many of us that sleep, too many of us will be lost.
Yeah.
For us to carry on with such a small group of people.
Yeah, it's true.
You see what I'm saying? So we got to wake them up.
Because even with a small group of people fighting in one direction, you're gonna have thousands of our people that look like us fighting against us with them.
Right.
So with the few of us that's fighting, it's like when you see your own kind fighting against you and you like wake up, that's part of the waking up. Like wake up so you can see we supposed to be fighting together and on this cause. Mm-hmm. And
it's a shame because at the end of the day, this is like, it's like if you see your brother and your brother's a zombie, like what's I don't watch the show, but I know it's a zombie show that everybody was. And I know the name of it if I really take the time, but anyway, like in the show, right? And then you see your family, this is your brother, you love him, and you're like, no, come on, wake up. And you see him and he snaps out of it for 1 minute, and then he's like, boom, back. He's about to kill you,
right?
And now you got to kill your brother because he's a zombie and you don't want to wake up. You know what I'm saying?
That's called a casualty of war, my brother.
Yeah, and then that shit hurt though.
It has to hurt. But this is what I found out about other people. We're going down the rabbit hole. Other people would sacrifice their kind for the greater good of the cause of what they're doing.